42% chance of rain in Sydney within the next 6 hours, 35 degrees scorching heat in Adelaide, 29-degree warm ocean water in Darwin, but absolutely deadly. And here is what you need to know right now about Friday the 6th of February 2026. If you are in Canberra or Adelaide, you have exactly 3 hours before the temperature hits dangerous levels. If you are in Sydney, the storm cells are forming right now off the coast. And if you are anywhere in between, the next 15 minutes could save your weekend plans or even your life. The Bureau of Meteorology has just confirmed something shocking. Australia is experiencing one of the most dramatic temperature variations in a single day this summer. From a cool 21 degrees in Hobart to a blistering 35 degrees in Canberra, that is a 14-degree difference across our country happening right now. But here is the twist nobody saw coming. Sydney, our largest city with over 5 million people, is sitting on a weather knife edge. At exactly 4:30 p.m. this afternoon, there is a 42% probability of thunderstorms. Not tomorrow, not next week, but in the next few hours. And based on historical data from the past 20 years, when Sydney gets afternoon storms in February, they deliver an average of 18 millimetres of rain in just 30 minutes. That is enough to flood low-lying areas, cancel outdoor events, and create chaos on the roads. Now let me tell you something that will change how you plan your day. At the 30-second mark, I promised you something valuable. Here it is. If you live in Sydney and you need to be outdoors between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. tonight, there is a specific 3-hour window you need to know about. The storm cells are currently forming 80 kilometres east of Bondi Beach. They are moving west-southwest at 24 kilometres per hour. Do the math with me. 80 divided by 24, that gives us approximately 3.3 hours, which means landfall at roughly 4:20 p.m. plus or minus 20 minutes. But wait. There is more you need to know. Melbourne right now is experiencing something completely different. 0% chance of rain. Absolutely bone dry. 23 degrees of pure sunshine. If you are in Melbourne, you have won the weather lottery today. But here is the question burning in your mind. Why such a massive difference between two cities only 680 kilometres apart? The answer lies in what meteorologists call the subtropical ridge. Right now, Melbourne is sitting directly under a high-pressure system that is blocking any moisture from reaching the city. Meanwhile, Sydney is on the eastern edge of that same system, where warm, moist air from the Tasman Sea is colliding with cooler air from the south. That collision creates instability. And instability in February means thunderstorms. Let me give you the exact timeline for Sydney because timing is everything. 2 p.m, humidity rises to 55%. 3 p.m, clouds start building over the Blue Mountains. 3:30 p.m, first lightning strikes detected on radar 100 kilometres west. 4 p.m, thunder can be heard in western suburbs like Penrith and Parramatta. 4:20 p.m, rain begins in the CBD. 4:45 p.m, peak intensity with possible hail in some areas. 5:30 p.m, storm moves offshore. 6 p.m, clearing begins. 7 p.m, all clear. Write that down. Share it with your family because between 4:20 p.m. and 5:30 p.m, Sydney will see the most intense weather of the day. Now let me shock you with something about Brisbane. 30 degrees today, 0% rain, perfect beach weather. But here is what the ocean temperature is telling us. 27 degrees Celsius, that is bathtub warm. In fact, that is the warmest ocean temperature of any capital city beach in Australia right now. Warmer than Sydney at 23 degrees. Warmer than Perth at 21 degrees. Even warmer than Darwin, although Darwin has those box jellyfish that make swimming absolutely deadly. Speaking of Darwin, this is critical. The wet season is in full swing up north. Humidity is sitting at a suffocating 85%, and while the ocean temperature is a tropical 29 to 30 degrees, you cannot swim there. Box jellyfish season runs from October through May. Every year, these creatures cause more hospitalisations in northern Australia than shark attacks, crocodile attacks and snake bites combined. The venom can kill an adult human in under 4 minutes. 4 minutes, let that sink in. Perth on the west coast is cooking at 32 degrees with 0 chance of rain. That is 90 degrees Fahrenheit for anyone still thinking in old measurements. The Fremantle Doctor, that famous afternoon sea breeze, will kick in around 2 p.m, dropping the temperature by 3 to 4 degrees within 30 minutes. If you are planning outdoor activities in Perth, schedule them for after 2:30 p.m. when that sea breeze arrives. Now here is where things get serious for our inland cities. Adelaide is hitting 33 to 35 degrees today. Canberra is matching that. These are not just uncomfortable temperatures, these are dangerous temperatures, especially for anyone over 65, anyone under 5 years old, and anyone with existing health conditions. At 33 degrees, body loses 1.5 litres water per hour outdoors. 35 degrees, 2 litres per hour. Most people drink only half litre per hour, losing water 4 times faster than replacing. Heat exhaustion starts within 90 minutes. First dizziness, then nausea, racing heart. By then, already lost 3 litres fluid, 10% blood volume. Action plan, Adelaide, Canberra. Drink 250 millilitres every 15 minutes. 1 full glass every 15 minutes, not hourly, set phone timer. Cold water absorbs 25% faster than room temperature. UV index between 8 and 10 across Australia. UV 8 burns unprotected skin in 12 minutes. UV 10 in just 10 minutes. Even walking car to shops causes exposure. 10 minutes UV 10 equals DNA damage, multiplying skin cancer risk 3.7 times. Australia highest skin cancer rate worldwide, 2 in 3 Australians diagnosed by age 70. SPF 30 plus blocks, 97% UV, but most apply half recommended amount. Need 7 teaspoons full body, 1 for face, neck, 1 each arm, 1 each leg, 2 for torso. Reapply every 2 hours or after swimming. Avoid sun 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. peak intensity. Seek shade, wear broad-brimmed hats 7.5 centimetres wide, sunglasses blocking 99% UV. Now here is something fascinating about Melbourne that affects your whole day. 23 degrees might sound mild, but overnight it is dropping to 15 degrees. That is an 8-degree temperature swing in 12 hours. Why does this matter? Because your body takes 4 hours to adjust to temperature changes. If you are planning an evening event in Melbourne, you will feel colder than the actual temperature suggests. Bring layers. A light jacket that seems unnecessary at 2 p.m. will be essential by 6 p.m. Sea temperatures, Brisbane, Gold Coast 27 degrees perfect, Sydney 23 refreshing, Perth 21 to 22 cool, Adelaide 20, Melbourne 18 to 19 cold, Hobart 16 to 17 freezing, below 20 degrees, body loses heat 25 times faster than air, hypothermia possible in 30 minutes. Melbourne Hobart swimmers, limit time to 15 minutes. Rip currents kill more Australians than all marine creatures combined. Sydney storms intensify rips 300%. Spot rips by darker water, fewer breaking waves, foam moving seaward. Caught in a rip, swim parallel to beach, never against it. Only swim-patrolled beaches between flags. Darwin Ocean 29 to 30 degrees looks inviting but deadly. Box jellyfish present October to May. Not mild stings, can kill before ambulance arrives. Venom attacks heart, nervous system, skin simultaneously. Survivors describe pain like being branded with hot iron over entire body. 67 confirmed deaths since 1954. For every death, 40 near-fatal stings. Children especially vulnerable, less body mass to dilute venom. Stay out of ocean, use pools or stinger nets only. Now let me give you the promised information about exact weather timing across every major city. This is the critical section you have been waiting for. Sydney exact timeline. 4:20 p.m. rain begins CBD, 4:45 p.m. peak intensity, possible hail inner west, 5:15 p.m. storm moves east, 6:30 p.m. all clear, total rainfall 12 to 22 millimetres. Melbourne clear all day night, 6:02 a.m. sunrise, 8:18 p.m. sunset. Overnight 15 degrees 3 a.m. Brisbane sunshine all day, peaks 30 degrees 2 p.m. Sea breeze cools to 28 by 5 p.m. Overnight 24 degrees, Perth 32 degrees 1 p.m. Fremantle Doctor 2:15 p.m. drops to 29, sunset 7:26 p.m. spectacular. Overnight 20 degrees, Adelaide Canberra scorching 33 to 35 noon to 5 p.m. Stay indoors with aircon, temperature drops 28 by 7 p.m. Overnight lows 22 Adelaide, 19 Canberra. Darwin wet season, 85% humidity. 32 to 33 degrees steady, 70% chance monsoonal storms 3 to 6 p.m, overnight 26 degrees, Hobart 21 degrees, southerly winds 15 to 20 kilometres per hour, overnight 14 degrees need heating, electricity grid under maximum strain in Adelaide, Canberra, Western Sydney. At 33 degrees, air conditioning usage jumps 47%, peak demand hits 4 p.m, set your aircon to 24 degrees, not 20, saves 10% energy per degree. Close blinds on north and west windows reduces indoor temperature 3 degrees, regional areas hotter than capitals. Dubbo, Wagga Wagga, Broken Hill 36 to 38 degrees, Toowoomba, Rockhampton 31 to 34, Kalgoorlie, 37. Emergency services further away. Check on elderly neighbours. Keep children indoors noon to 4 p.m. Here is your bushfire risk assessment for today. Due to rain events across eastern Australia in the past week, bushfire danger is currently moderate in most areas. However, Adelaide Hills, Canberra surrounds, and parts of inland Western Australia still have high to very high fire danger ratings. If you live in these areas, know your bushfire plan, have your evacuation kit ready, monitor the Fires Near Me app on your phone. Total fire bans are in place in several South Australian districts and parts of the ACT. This means no fires of any kind, not barbecues, not campfires, not even burning off garden waste. Penalties for breaking a total fire ban start at $1,000 and can include criminal charges if you cause a fire. Vulnerable groups need extra care. Over 65, your temperature regulation is 25% less efficient. Set reminders to drink every 30 minutes. Young children under 5 heat up faster, never leave them in cars. At 35 degrees outside, car interiors reach 60 degrees in 10 minutes, 75 degrees in 30 minutes. Fatal in 15 minutes. Athletes reduce workout intensity by 50% today. Exercise before 9 a.m. or after 7 p.m. only. Air quality today, Sydney moderate at 50 to 70. Sensitive people reduce outdoor activity. Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide, good below 50. Melbourne, excellent at 35. Asthma sufferers keep reliever medication ready. Transport, Darwin flights delayed 30 to 90 minutes due to storms. Sydney airport's minor delays 4:30 to 6 p.m. All other cities, normal operations. Sydney roads, hazardous during storm, double following distance. Let me give you agriculture impact. Dry weather in Melbourne, Adelaide and Perth is ideal for harvesting stone fruits and grains. Sydney storms create challenges for strawberry farmers, potentially affecting prices next week. Tourism peak season continues. Great Barrier Reef tours fully booked. Uluru hitting 40 degrees, sunrise and sunset only comfortable times. Great Ocean Road perfect with Melbourne-esque weather. Now let me reveal the promised information at the 5-minute mark. Here is the detailed breakdown of exactly when weather conditions change in each city and what you need to do. Sydney timing critical. Storm cells 60 kilometres offshore now, hit coast 2 hours. Wind from east, temperature drops 3 degrees, thunder, lightning, rain. Lightning strikes 15 kilometres from storm, get inside immediately. Melbourne 8-degree drop, dress layers. Brisbane humidity 60%, heat index peaks 2 p.m. Perth Fremantle Doctor 2:15 p.m, instant cooling. For Adelaide and Canberra residents, from noon to 5 p.m, you are in extreme heat danger. Peak temperature of 35 degrees hits at 3 p.m. Stay indoors with air conditioning. Drink water every 15 minutes without fail. For Darwin residents, thunderstorm risk peaks between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. 50 millimetres of rain in 30 minutes creates instant flooding. Never drive through flooded roads. For Hobart residents, your mild 21 degrees with southerly winds continues all day. Wear a light jacket near the waterfront. Now comment below with your city or town name, and I will give you a customised forecast in the replies. Whether you are in a capital city or a regional town, I want to make sure you have the exact information you need for your specific location. Let me wrap up with the most important safety reminders. Number 1, drink water constantly in Adelaide, Canberra and inland areas. Number 2, seek shade during peak UV hours from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. everywhere except Hobart. Number 3, bring an umbrella or raincoat in Sydney between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Number 4, swim only at patrolled beaches between the flags. Number 5, never swim in Darwin or top-end waters due to box jellyfish. Number 6, apply sunscreen every 2 hours, even on cloudy days. Number 7, check on elderly neighbours in hot cities. Number 8, never leave children or pets in cars. Number 9, know your bushfire plan in high-risk areas. Number 10, monitor weather apps for updates. Coming up in tomorrow's forecast, I will reveal why the weekend weather pattern is completely different from today, which cities will get unexpected rain, and where you will find the best beach conditions across the entire country. The Sunday forecast has a surprise twist that will affect over 10 million Australians. You do not want to miss it. Stay safe, stay hydrated, stay informed. Check the Bureau of Meteorology website for live updates. And remember, weather is not just information, it is survival knowledge. See you